Hey everybody, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value. If you guys are looking for undervalued investment opportunities, click subscribe, join the channel, join our community for the ride of this commodity bull market higher. I'm going to go over uranium technical analysis. Let's look at the charts. I get my cues from the charts on where I purchase. I try to time my purchases as best I can. I look for chart pattern breakouts. It just gives you confidence. Now, we know uranium is at 60 pounds plus to 1 ounce gold. Super cheap. It's an anomaly in history. So we should be looking at this sector at a minimum. I mean, you got to look at it. It has never been this cheap. It is probably the cheapest commodity of all the commodities. So let's look at it. Let's see what it's got, and I'll give you my opinion on it. So here's uranium. We're going to chart it out. Let's chart out uranium and find some opportunities if there are any. And again, this is only financial education. You guys are going to have to do your own due diligence. You're going to have to make your own decisions. And a lot of this, I control my risk by position sizing. Position sizing, I really don't get too much over 2 or 3% in one position. So here's URNM. This is North Shore Global Uranium Mining Index. We're still looking pretty good. You draw a line across here. Basically, we broke out of that line, and we're broke out of this little downtrend pattern here. So we've got a little flag pattern that we broke to the upside. And sure, this could go down for the next day or two, or whatnot. But overall, this thing's looking great to continue higher. Camco, same deal. We kind of broke through this area in here. We broke out. We kind of back tested all through here. We've got another, call it little triangle pattern, broke to the upside. We do have a bearish piercing where we could go down a little bit, but overall there's a lot of support down here. So even if this bounces back off this support line, it's not a big deal. So that's looking pretty good. Momentum's to the upside. Denison Mines, I know a lot of people like this one. To me, what I see is if you kind of draw this through here, we broke the pattern right here. We've got a little bloody nose, is what they call it. It's a tall guy with a bloody nose. It could go down one more day, or it could just head right on up. But it's a pattern that broke to the upside. So I would expect it to go up over the next weeks. Could this go down a couple more days? Sure, it could. I don't know the near term movements, but overall, that broke a pattern to the upside. It will most likely move to the upside. Encore Energy, we're doing this. We do a pull up, and then we get a nice kind of consolidation. Draw a pattern here. We pull up, consolidation, pull up. We're consolidating sideways. And the good thing here is if you look overall, it's got really big up days, and then the down days are kind of small and muted. That's usually means that the buyers are in control. So I would expect this. I mean, this could go down the next, tomorrow on a small down day or something. But overall, the way that this has gone up and the pullback, I think is going to continue upward. Here's deep yellow. Again, you draw the pattern in here, the line going across. It broke this pattern to the upside, and then we're doing this sideways movement. Not many sellers really selling this thing off. We have a bullish engulfing here. We went down a little bit more. We've got another big candlestick up day. I think this is going to break to the upside. And when we clear this, we'll call it 70-something cent level. I think we can see a big move. It almost looks like a cup and handle that's forming here. So that looks good. Goldbeaux is doing the same thing. They're all performing the same dance. You draw this thing down, broke to the upside, nice big bullish engulfing. We're kind of just moving sideways, waiting for the buyers to come in and push this thing higher. Bannerman's looking fantastic. We broke our pattern here, broke it to the upside, back tested basically, and then we're coming on up, and the sellers are still going sideways, but this is going to move, I think, to the upside because of that pattern break. Forces Metals looking good. Again, we got these large impulse moves higher, and then the sideways movement, impulse move, sideways movement, impulse move, sideways movement. We're just doing this over and over and over. And we'll probably see a big impulse move higher when we break this little pattern here. So that's looking good. Forum Energy Metals, no exception here. You draw a line across here with all this resistance. And what did it do? It broke out, it came back and back tested, and here we are heading on to the upside. So that looks like it's going to continue the upside. Now base load. Base load's got a massive pattern. You draw this guy through here. Actually, let me draw. Let me draw it in. 'Tis draw. Look at this. It's somewhere in there. We'll make it large. Make it large. Make it large. What the heck? All right. So what do we got here? Look at that. Look at this thing. Does that look like a big old flag pattern that's about to break to the upside? It sure does. That's how you make a pattern right there, guys. That's a pro doing it. So just draw this thing in, see where it kind of bumps up, and we're gonna break out any second here. So base load looks fantastic for a move to the upside. Here is Pure Point Uranium. You can see that we're just moving on up and sideways. This thing's volatile as heck, but I like it. I like it, and it's in an uptrend. Gotta like the uptrends. Here's Sky Harbor. Sky Harbor, it kind of got stuck over here because there's a big old resistance line coming through here on a weekly basis on a big old chart. And this thing's in a strong uptrend. We're just moving. You can see the big up days, small down days. That is exactly what I want to see. And we've got a bunch of big up days here. This thing looks like it broke to the upside right here. If you draw this guy through, broke to the upside, pull back, and then I think we're just going to keep moving. I think we're going to keep moving in this uptrend. Standard uranium, we've got a downtrend or a bottom of this chart pattern line. We got one in the top. It's squeezing up. Let's see which way this thing breaks. Uranium's been going in uptrends for the majority of the uranium companies. I don't see why this wouldn't go up. Here's Energy Fuels. Again, we broke this little pattern here. You draw this guy across. It broke that. So we pulled up. We encountered sellers up here. There's a lot of sellers at $7, it looks like. Came in there, ran into a sellers, came back a little bit. Could this pull back another day or two? Sure. And then I think it'll try to move on up again. UEC. UEC is again putting in a pattern that's trying to break through this area here. We've got a nice big support line coming through here. So we're just basically coiling up, trying to break out of this 340-ish zone. That'd be cool if that thing breaks. Uranium Royalty Corp, this guy pulled back quite a bit. Didn't get to that. Well, there's another support level down at like the 260 range. We'll see if it gets down there, if we get one last kind of sell-off or not. I'm looking for the downside on this one. Laramide. Laramide's got a bullish piercing here. We came up. I bet you we'll have a small little down day here, and then we'll head higher. It's trying to break through this kind of downtrend resistance line deal going on. That looks okay. Paladin Energy. We do have the bullish. We do have the bullish engulfing right here. This guy right there engulfs the one before it. We pulled up. I bet you this thing's going to go higher. And then we got Appia. Appia looks fantastic. You draw a line through here. We're right there, coiling up right at the top, hugging this top line. This thing's going to break to the upside, and it's probably going to do a pop higher. One of those pop higher, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so Appia's looking good. Uranium looks good. They're all trying to break these. They're all coiling up. They're all trying to break to the upside. We're coming into resistance of sellers. Pretty normal. And then eventually, one day, you're going to look back and you're going to say, wow, this stuff was cheap. Some months ahead or 6 months ahead. And you're going to look back at these chart patterns and say, wow, this guy was right. There was chart patterns there. They broke out. And now they're, Appia is now $1. Dang it, I should have bought more at 60 cents. Or some of these other patterns that are starting to break. Or base load was once way down there. I could have bought it. or you do buy it, and then you don't have to say that. So that's what I do. I buy this stuff when it's down. You get these big chart patterns. I just kind of cost average in, and then I don't have that excuse because I bought it. And then people say, man, I wish I should have bought it. And I said, well, I bought that one. Oh, I should have bought Bannerman when it took off. Bought that one. Goldbeaux said before it broke out. I bought that one too. I buy everything, guys. If it looks good, and I think they're a good company, I cost average in and I just buy them all. That's my approach. Why do I buy them all? Why are we messing around with some of these developer companies? Because I think some of them are going to make it. And all I need to do is be in one or two of them. And if they make it, oh my goodness, they're gonna return just ridiculous amounts. So I am playing it like I'm betting, like a betting strategy. I'm just betting out, maybe it's 10, 15 different companies. Maybe let's say it's 15. They're going to say, why don't you just buy the ETF? Well, I don't want all that other garbage in it. I want these 15. And I want to put my money concentrated on these 15. The ones that I've researched, the ones that I think potentially could explore and find something on a very good property that is easy to mine. Some that are developing mines with good management teams, and I want to overweight those things. I want to overweight them quite a bit. Deep Yellow, Encore Energy, I like them. I like them a lot. So I overweight the ones that look good. I overweight the ones that have good charts. I overweight the ones that have good projects. I overweight management teams. So if they have a good project and they have a good management team and their chart looks good, you know I'm in. You know I'm going for it. I'm swinging for the fences. So if you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Leave comments below if you guys have any sort of questions or comments. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.